Well, it's dawn on the 3rd of September, and we're leaving the anchorage in our handsome-looking friend there, the Swiss boat. We didn't actually meet them, just noticing how nice the Swiss flag and the Tongan flag went together. The Swiss flag being a white cross on a red field, and the Tongan flag being a red cross on a white canton on a red field. Kind of a symmetry there, I like. Anyway, we're heading on out now. Be out of the pass soon and on the way to Nomuka Iki. It's just about 6:41 now. As I slip out the pass, western part of Tonga Tapu, I have to admit I don't see too many sunrises. This may be the only sunrise I've ever videoed. After a time of thinking that I'd seen a whale spouting off the port bow before, and I couldn't see anything again after that, I definitely saw one this time. I happened to be looking that way. For some reason, off the port bow again, there was a whale spout. About 200 feet off the starboard side of the boat. We actually breached a little bit. That's when I first saw him. Getting closer. See him right there under the water. Like, holy cow. Right there. Two of them. Shooting one. Fishing for it. We're on a collision course there. Holy cow, they got within about 50 feet. I don't know where they are right now. I'm coming back on my original course now. That was actually a little scary. Wow. I don't know where they are right now. He breached just a little bit, just to the front of his body. And then when I looked again, I could see the fluke. I rushed to get the camera. And then there were two of them there. I don't know where they are right now. And they were converging with me, completely converging. Like, I went 40 degrees left in case they hadn't realized I was there. And then I'm back on my original course now. Wow. I'm not sure where they are. That was wild. Oh, they're behind me there. lightness of their bodies just under the surface. Light blue color. There's a spout. Very awkward place to film. Whoa, there's a fin above the water. Wow. Back, show briefly, 2 more spouts. They seem to be following me at a distance. There's another flipper in the air. Rough enough that it's difficult to film this. I'm leaning against the binnacle. Dinghy's in my way. I can't zoom in too much because it gets too difficult to hold the shot. Following me at a distance. I'm sure they're not deliberately following me, but it's just that our course and their course seem to be about the same. Well, I made it finally to Nomuko Iki. Got there in the evening about 4 o'clock, plenty of light left, and worked my way up into that U-shaped anchorage in behind the reef. And there's Prince Diamond out there. The sun is very bright. Yes, there we are. This is the wreck of a fishing vessel, I guess it is. Takuo, I think it's called. We'll take another look at that later. I was a little worried about coming ashore here because there's quite a bit of waves out there in the anchorage because of the wind, but as it turns out, it wasn't a problem at all. I just stepped ashore. I had my camera wrapped in a plastic bag just in case. And it looks like there's some sort of temporary fisherman's accommodations here. Anyway, the reason we've come ashore here basically is to go take a look at the old ruins of the prison. This used to be a prison island in Tonga for the very, very bad. That's the boat of my Facebook friend Lynn Dorning Sands. They're ashore here, I believe, on the island, her and her husband. That's their boat. Oh, Amarula. I can never remember the name. Carol and I like to call it the battleship Potemkin. And there's another couple of boats here as well, including that one, Explorer, that we've seen many times before. It was with us in Papeete. It's really hard for me to tell whether I'm actually got things framed properly because the screen is not very bright and it doesn't seem to matter if I use sunglasses or not. Here opposite Explorer is a sailboat's mast someone's erected here. I guess it used as a flagpole. And there's a concrete water cistern here. It's got about a foot of water in the bottom of it. And this at one time has been cleared out. Not that long ago, don't know why. Anyway, we're going to continue on to the west now along the shoreline.
Still no signs of the prison ruins. But it's nice to be walking in the forest once again with Eric from Amarula and one of their dogs. It's very pleasant in here, no real insect life either. I was hoping there'd be a path, but I don't see much of a path. There's supposed to be some cattle and pigs on the island here. I heard something that if it wasn't a cow, may have been a ghost. So we'll check this out. Well, there were no ghosts back there, but then again, there was no path either. So I wish whoever keeps mentioning ghosts would stop it. I gotta go back inland here because the land rises up against the shore. I hope there's a path. Now, maybe there are cows up here. I don't know, but I just climbed up quite an incline. The earth is very, very crumbly and dry. Quite difficult to climb. So I'm just up here doing a little scenic tour. I guess the animals feel safer up here on top of the little mountainette. These paths are made by them, including the one I probably climbed up. Obviously, somebody had made them, and I think it was probably pigs. There is some cow shit around too, and a nice view. Still no sign of any cows up here, but you can see the little beds that they've made for themselves at night. And of course there's lots of droppings everywhere. They love it up here, obviously. They're keeping the grass short. A beautiful view of part of the reef that Prince Diamond is behind. I think the boat is actually out of sight to the left. But it's quite beautiful. The cows know where to go. There's a cow. Way down the hillside there. That's his head on the lower left, like a triangular shaped thing. It's got a white head, black body with a white spot on the middle of its back. Huh. There are cows here. Well, I'm back at the flagpole and water cistern area. Here's an old toilet. And that's the only signs of ruin that I've been able to find anywhere on the island. So, I don't know. Maybe when they say ruins of the old prison here, maybe they just meant this water cistern. I don't know. Anyway, crawled down from the plateau and worked my way across the interior there. It was quite heavy forest. And now I'm back here because this is the only sign of civilization that used to be here. So I'm thinking if there was anything else other than this, it might branch off from here. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. If there's any other buildings in here, they're hiding themselves fairly well. I'll take a quick walk in, but I don't expect to find anything. Isn't it nice that someone's propped up this ailing tree with sticks? Just kidding, of course. Those are the roots. And there's these millions of these little nuts on the ground. Fibrous little things. I'm not really sure what they are. Yeah, back at the dinghy now. Our day is almost finished here. Head back to the boat in a second. I just want to take a look at this fishing boat. Obviously it's had a fire, but that may have been after it was beached here. There's another boat that is got those same windows. It was a wreck at Big Mama's, and we were wondering why the windows. What's that about? What windows in the hull? But it looks like that may have been for looking down, perhaps at nets or something. Just gonna wade out here. Water, tide's coming in. Yeah, this is the bow. So I don't know. I thought maybe if there was windows on the stern, they'd be watching their nets as they laid them out. Takuo. Ah, here's something else. What are these? I don't know. Windows in the hull? I don't know. Assuming it's a fishing boat. That'll buff right out. Yeah, there's some pistons there. Look like that might be part of the steering. Cables there. Oh, those holds make me think of holds for fish, but who knows? And your guess is as good as mine what that is. Anyway, back to Prince Diamond.
It's September 6th and we are beating hard with the engine upwind to get to Limu Island. Ashore at Limu Island, jewel of the Pacific, or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Limu is the southernmost island in the eastern barrier reef in the Hawaii. It's uninhabited, of course. It's just a small little island. I'm gonna go take a little look around. There's a whale out there. It's now the next day. I think that's the 7th. Oh, there we go. And this is the anchorage known as... That's right, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's quite a beautiful place actually, and better protected than Limu Island was. It's just about time for sundown. Good morning. It's the 8th of September. Happy birthday to me. And we are heading north inside the reef once again for our next anchorage up inside the barrier reef. And we've got whale ahead of us. Don't know if there's one or more. Quite a distance at this point, maybe about a mile away. But at this point, it's we're going to be passing very close by. So we'll see if we can get some video. Yeah, there's a whale up there. There. Maybe even 2 of them. Not sure I'm in focus here. Sorry about that. I'll move to a better spot. I have to aim down the camera body because I can barely see what's in the viewfinder.
this is kind of scary. I can hear it breathing, but I can't see it. We're real close. I've eased the jib sheet way out so that it's we're barely moving. And I heard it breathe twice, and I can't see it. It's not behind the mast or anything like that. I don't know what to think out of it. Kind of scary. It's got to be really close. It sounded close. How could you hear it and not see it unless it was right up beside the boat and hidden by the hull? Which is possible, I suppose, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see any vapor or anything. There's a calm patch there behind us about 300 feet. I don't know if that's perhaps where he is. Yeah, he's behind us, all right. I just saw him that way, quite a distance. Well, I don't know how I could hear him and yet not see him, because I was looking everywhere. But the breath sounded like it was really close. Unless he was so close to the hull that he was hidden behind the hull. That's all I can think of. It's the only explanation. I don't see him now at all now. Or just I saw a little bit back, showing above the water down that way. I had left the transmission in neutral so that the propeller would rumble. The propeller shaft rumbles when it's turning, and letting them know that I was there, you know, putting some sound in the water, and also making water as well, so that is a humming that goes on. So anyway, unfortunately, I thought that was going to be a really good video opportunity. And this is actually another one. They're just everywhere. Day here behind the reef, so I'm able to do more of a zoom. So this one might be by himself. I'm not sure how many are here, but back there was at least two of them. More to the left. Yeah, thank goodness for autopilots. He's about 500 feet away. And here's the ones that were ahead of us. Just missed a nice arching back.
some of them are definitely shy. I got the distinct impression that as I got closer, they kept lower in the water and out of sight. And other ones like that one on the big passage up here to Hawaii actually seemed to be very curious and coming over to check the boat out. So anyway, they've been down for a while now, and I'm seeing just a little bit of puffs over there. There, see, they're not coming out of the water. These ones are a couple of 100 feet away. Them a little bit at this distance. Who would think there'd be so many whales that I've even given up filming them? I mean, if anything came really close, I would film, but they're going by at the rate of one every 5 to 10 minutes now. I guess they're coming through the pass. And they're singles and pairs and triplets, triples. Just keep coming. Most of them are inland. In fact, they're all inland from me, toward the reef, I should say. There's no point in filming anymore unless someone comes really close. And we're now just approaching our next anchorage, Uoliva Island. On my birthday, a surprise invitation over to a boat that I actually don't know very well, Blowing Bubbles. I thought they were a catamaran that was with me in Papeete, but apparently they're this ketch that I'm heading over to. A little invitation to come over for dinner, actually. Very kind of them. Lovely people.
I am so thankful.
Okay.
It was great. It was a great day. Here we go for lunch. Coming, dear. Enter into the pit.
Yes, I
You
do.
listen.
Serve yourselves. Okay.
Oh,
So you got rice and you got tuna and...
Well, I gotta see if I can get down the stairs.
Hang on. Let me hold your wine and
All
your
right.
glass.
The glass? Well, okay.
I'm just
All
gonna
right,
have
you do
make
your
a plate.
filming.
Thanks. Because, yeah, you guys are coming after a couple of beers and many tequilas.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you've been celebrating already,
I have
you?
been. In fact, that's what I'm going to be doing all evening, but...
We fixed that.
yeah, you fix that.
There you go. Some of these while I'm here.
But I can still shoot.
Well, and how to have some cucumbers.
Okay.
He's like, I'm sick of that cucumber salad.
He's
No,
only
it's
had it once.
It's actually good.
And you are?
I'm Shelley.
And you are?
Ginger.
Ginger. Okay.
I don't know your name.
I had to think
We're
about that.
we're at the point where you can actually still remember. That's good. Hey, I like the map there.
Nope. See your little red line? Leaves Lake Ontario, Hamilton.
Wow.
It comes down, 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 down. Follows us around.
Oh,
So we just keep marking our line.
that's excellent. I can't even do that because I don't think Prince Diamond will ever be in Canada.
No, never.
No. You know, income tax. Well, not income tax. What do you call it? Sales tax. Okay, now you can
Put
do
the
it.
pretty girl in the middle.
No.
Okay, here's a pretty girl in the middle. Okay.
Thank you, girls.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ron.
Right, okay, remember it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, thank you. Wonderful evening. Now, so far it's a rainy day. This is Pangai. This is the largest town in Hawaii. Well, I suppose I should get some video of Pangai now that I'm here. It hasn't really been a terribly impressive place, so I felt no real need to film, but there'd be a big gap in the filming if I said I came here and you never got to see any of it. So we'll go ashore, we'll say hello to the pigs and the scrawny dogs. And I'm going to check out today, the domestic checkout, so I can head up to Vava'u at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Over there is the parking lot area that you can medmoor up to by putting your anchor out there, but it's not really. I mean, those trees are pretty scrawny to tie to, and the bollards along the shoreline are all completely rusted out, so I don't know anybody who would want to actually do that. All the rest of the boats here are anchored out, and there are some more now. Dorotita is here now, the boat that we could see on the horizon on the way to the Galapagos. So that was interesting. I've got two fellows in there who I can't remember now. I think they may be Dutch or German. Anyway, they're here, and Iceberg, this huge behemoth that looks like a floating cottage, a floating Muskoka cottage. He's here also. I don't know them at all. And then Larry and Marjorie are there as well in their boat that I keep calling Althea. I'm not sure if that's the name of it. I have to ask them again. It's a name of a Greek goddess, and I have to look that up on the internet to see which Greek goddess is sounds reasonable for them, because I kind of remember what the name sounds like, but it's something like Althea. Anyway, nice people. They're from California. We may be heading up and lose company with them, perhaps. They want to head up to Vava'u on an overnight trip, but I'm saying that, you know, the trip there to Vava'u, 60 or 70 nautical miles, is even if you leave at dusk, you're going to get there before sunlight, because you know, it's not that long a trip. We have 12 hours more or less of nighttime now, so it's no point in doing that. If I leave at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can still get 6 or 7 hours of sleep before that, and get there at Yafu in before dark, well before dark, and grab a mooring ball. So I think that's what I'd rather do. This is the market here. Never actually shopped here.
And the gas station's down here. Never actually seen it open. Some people are saying that's possibly doesn't have any gas at the moment. And we don't need any fuel. We'll be fine until we get to Netyapu. Anyway, heading now to customs, which is down the road a bit here, and do my domestic checkout. And then head over to Mariner's Bar, grab lots of the Wi-Fi, and then head back to the boat. And this is a customs building here. This is the lumber yard. The ice cream shop that I've never seen open. Of course, various dogs and pigs who somewhere are hiding because I guess I talked about them too much. Now we're coming up to Mariner's Bar and Cafe. This is where I get my internet, and very nice Polish lady there who really cooks very well. I mean, it's some great food.